Hello, everybody, and welcome back, or welcome to the Games Done Quick Hotfix, depending on where you've been and what you've been up to. My name is Adef, and this is Challenger Approaching. This is the show all about challenge runs and the runners who perform them. We've got Ain Run on the show tonight, showcasing Lies of P. Ain, how are you, bud?
I'm good, yeah. Excited to get into this. How are you?
I'm doing good. Better now that the show's going and that I get to watch some Lies of P gameplay by #1 hitless streamer, Ain Run.
That's what they know me as, yes.
That's true. Can you tell us a little bit about this challenge and sort of where it's at?
Right. Not about me. I was going to start with how I'm fluent in 7 languages.
Are you? Is that true?
No, I'm not. But
okay, that's good.
It would sound good, yeah. Yeah, so this challenge is very difficult. Lies of P is a difficult game. If you guys are new to the game, it is a Souls-like game. It's probably one of the best Souls-like games that's not been made by FromSoft. And it's very, very cool. There's like a whole parry mechanic, which we use in the hitless run. The hitless run has not, as far as we're aware in the community, it's not been done yet. So there's like a bunch of people attempting to get worlds first so far. And, you know, people are pretty close. And yeah, it's a tough run. It's a really difficult run, but basically, you know, we have a 3-hour time slot here, Ada, for Challenger Approaching, right?
That's true. And
my route for this game is actually so long that it's 4 hours around, which is like pretty slow, but you know, safety first when it comes to hitless, right? So what I've actually done is last night, I actually prepped the run on my stream for like the first, I guess, like 1.5 hours. So we're basically done with like the early game stretch. We're like right past the White Lady boss, if people remember, in Rosa Isabella Street. And I'm basically on my way to fighting one of the, probably like the most difficult boss that I had in my first playthrough, which was the King of Puppets and Romeo.
I would agree.
So yeah, so you know, this run is actually like hitless so far. I've not gotten hit from the start. And yeah, we have, you know, the reason I did this is because I thought it would be way more interesting to showcase possibly like the end of the game rather than the start, you know? So
yeah,
that's where we're at.
Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and give a countdown and we can get this thing started.
Awesome. All right. So from 3?
Yeah, sure.
All right. 3, 2, 1, and let's get going, guys.
3, 2, 1, and let's get going, guys. The classic start of a race countdown.
Okay, listen. It's been a classical debate as to whether you start on the 1 or whether you have to say go. All right? Go.
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Are we
Go, 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 go.
Go. Beautiful. Amazing.
So what's the weapon that we're using?
So I use a grand total of 3 weapons on this route. Basically, my main weapons are the wrench. The wrench is actually one of the strongest weapons in the game. And I use the wrench along with the police baton handle, and I also use it with the natural wrench handle. But later on, towards the Swan Monster split, I actually end up picking up another weapon, the Puppet Axe, I believe, which is, those weapons just do disgusting amounts of damage, and you'll see as I get to those bosses. But we are going through some spicy running sections now. And running segments in this game are kind of, yeah, you know, running segments are always like kind of risky. I would say I'm a lot more confident with the boss fights as opposed to the running segments.
I feel like in hitless runs,
right now
you're good. I feel like in hitless runs
yeah.
and stuff like this, it's common to spend more time like... Oh, Ain, can you cut the Discord stream? Actually, it seems like your PC is struggling to do both, and it's prioritizing the Discord stream. No, you're good.
Oh, really?
I can watch it a different way.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, so, like, everything's green, so... Yeah.
Hold tight, everybody. Yeah, everything looks good on Ain's stream on the sub-stream.
Maybe it's a little hiccup. Awesome, okay. Well, sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but we will.
I think we're good. I think we're chilling.
Okay.
Sorry for the
That'd be
brief
good.
hiccup, you guys, but I think we've got it. I think we've got it figured out.
Nice.
But yeah, as I was saying, I just feel like I think running sections are things you would tend to practice less. You know what I mean? Like I feel like most runners want to prioritize the boss
pretty
fights
much.
because those are like the big scary moments.
Yes. Yeah, and in my case, I actually like speedrun LSP quite a bit. So a lot of the strats that I do just involve, well, running. Because, well, they work in most cases while speedrunning, you know? Unfortunately, it's probably not the best idea when you do an actual hitless run to just run past everything. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what new hits I encounter today. But hopefully everything's fine on
it looks good.
On the stream and everyone can see. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, we're slowly making our way through Rosa Isabel, and we're about to go to the Opera House where you fight Romeo, the King of Puppets and Romeo. But take a little bit of my time collecting some materials and just like being safe overall. And I would say the next 3 boss segments are probably the hardest in this entire run. So that would be the King of Puppets, and then Victor, and finally the Swan Monster. Swan Monster especially is very difficult. So
yeah, this is
there's a really sketched spot because we just run through, and then you got to shop with this clown.
This is definitely the hardest stretch of the game for me. I felt like personally, I don't know, I liked the King of Puppets personally as a boss, but the Romeo I really could have done without.
I actually, you know, my first playthrough, I really didn't expect that boss fight to have 2 phases because I spent so long on the King of Puppets phase that I was shocked when there was a second phase, which is, you know, it's kind of crazy that games
Well, I
get me
would
like
say the fact that it was 2 health bars was unfortunate. If it were half and half, that'd be one thing.
Yeah.
But it's 2 full, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I mean they definitely nerfed his HP actually on a recent patch. So, you know, yeah, they probably, you know, shared your feelings
I have not played
it,
the game since the like 1.0 or so. Yeah.
Since the launch, yeah. I'm right now running this game on current patch, and it's actually interesting how they've changed quite a few things with it. But here's an interesting moment. Basically, what we're about to do is kill the clown, because he drops a quartz, and there is a script. I'm just making sure that I have everything set up before I do this, because normally I can take my time with it. So yeah, I apologize. So I walk here because I think if you run, he like sees you, and then it's just like rip, you know. But so I use my shock abrasive, and then I use the wrench handle Fable Art. Then I hit him once, go for an R1 into a charge R2, which stuns, into a tap R2, and then I take the riposte.
Wow,
and
what a setup.
That kills the clown. It's a really convenient way to get a quartz right before Romeo.
For those of you that are not aware, obviously since we're jumping right into the middle of the game, it could be kind of like, what is going on? But again, if you're just joining us, Ain is starting in the middle of a run that is hitless up to this point, just so that we can showcase all of the end game today, because the game is too long to show in one hotfix show. And
there are some runs from
you're
runners.
good, you're good.
Sorry for interrupting you. There are some other runners that like have their routes a lot faster, but I think even the fastest route is around like 2 hours 45 minutes or something like that.
Right,
so,
and in a showcase setting, it probably would wind up being 3 hours anyway.
Yep. And I almost just got hit there because I... Okay, nice. It's actually funny because I got hit by that little kid, I think, yesterday on a run I was doing. And it was interesting because it was like the first time. Normally, I used to run past her. But yeah, as you can see, we just run past most of these segments. There used to be a cool skip you could do in the Opera House where you would jump from the top right into the boss arena, but they patched that one, so you have to do this entire running segment how they intended you to do it at this point.
That jump didn't seem that glitchy to me, and it was so hard to perform that I'm kind of shocked they patched it.
Yeah, no, it really wasn't that bad. I don't know. But it's doing a little bit of resource collection here. We get another quartz, and then I actually need to go and get one of the resource boxes, which is around here. And the reason why I get this box is because it unlocks a grinder buff that I need later on in the game. So if you actually notice, this enemy has puppet strings on him, and I'm waiting for that buff to wear off, like right there, so that actually I'm just gonna use a consumable and kill him just to be on the safe side. Because normally it's totally fine to risk it over there, but I actually had an issue earlier today, and like this girl, you can just hook her and backstab her and she dies. I had an issue earlier today with this guy. I'm sorry I'm all over the place, by the way, but like when you pull these little crawling puppets, they have like a really quick attack where they just like slap you, and I didn't want to risk it, so I just decided to play that a little safe with my consumable. Throwables, we use a lot of throwables in this run because throwables are actually very strong.
They're so good
in this game. Yeah. But you may be surprised as to where I use them. I actually use them mostly to like secure boss kills rather than to like do the entire boss fight with the throwables. And you'll see how I weave them into my playstyle when I do the King of Puppets. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this one vendor in Malum District who sells infinite of every consumable. Or no idea why. He's just like super OP. So we visit him multiple times. And we stock up on a lot of consumables. But yeah, right now I'm on the phase where I'm setting up for the King of Puppets boss fight.
So there's this game has like a lot of different, I guess you would call them like upgrade materials. It's not uncommon for Souls-like games these days to have like tons of different upgrade trees. Not really the right way to talk about it, but just like, okay, you can upgrade your weapons, you can upgrade your abilities, you can upgrade how many health vials you have or whatever. And this game, kind of the biggest one is these quartz that Ain has been collecting. And using quartz, Ain is able to access a skill tree and upgrade tons of stuff that is incredibly useful.
Which is very cool. It's very, very cool. I really like that. And it's actually something that I hope other Souls games take notice of, because the whole skill tree system, it's really cool because you can build your character however you want. And I just go, like, my build for this hitless run is just to go max damage. I don't really waste too many points on anything else. I use a big clunky axe, and I just try to like kill bosses in as a minimal amount of hits as possible. The downside, the trade-off being that it actually like takes me a while to recover from like attacks just because of how slow my weapons are.
Yeah,
but you'll pretty much see.
Like, I'm a person that in general hates skill trees, but I actually enjoyed the one in this game because there's not too many options. Like, my big complaint with skill trees is like sometimes the options make no sense. And they need to like show you a movie to understand how each move works in the top right. I'm looking at you, Spider-Man. But or God of War also.
This game,
I know, but like
actually,
things felt better laid out in this skill tree. I don't know how to describe it.
Definitely, for sure. Yeah, it was a lot more intuitive in my opinion. But we have 4 quartz that I'm about to place, and this is also a very interesting part because, like, you can build your character the way you want to, right? And so the way I'm building him is probably not the way another runner is going to build him, right? So basically how it goes. But I believe I get the what do I
don't know.
You don't?
Ainrun, this is all you, baby.
It is. No, it feels bad, man. Okay, I think I just get stagger duration actually. So, yeah, I get this one here, which unlocks the 4th tier And then over there, I add one slot where I get the enhanced failure arts. Yeah. So as you can see, a lot of this is still, you know, I'm improving, I guess, because I think I've only been running this for like 2 weeks or something, but yeah, maybe a little bit more. But all right, so you asked what weapons we use. So I use the coil stick for running segments because it has like a really nice move set. It's pretty fast as well, and you can pretty much just, you know, spam attacks and interrupt. You can chain stagger a lot of the minor enemies before boss fights.
You know that
The main weapon combo I use is the wrench head, along with either the police baton handle, or I just use the normal wrench handle. And they're both really, really strong. And I will show you how strong they are. Motivity on this run. And then I believe I get this to a +6, yeah. We go a +6 over there. We go to Pulcinella, which is Venimi's butler. It's a cool puppet.
At the house. Oh, I believe we can.
Turn in a few items.
At the house.
And then we sell. And we buy the Electric Blitz Grindstone. The reason why we're buying the Electric Blitz Grindstone is because puppets are weak to Electric Blitz. And so that's what I'm going to be using against King of Puppets and Romeo.
I think it's probably worth
We're
noting,
almost done.
Before we go into the boss, what counts as a hit?
Right, sure. So, good question. Since you can parry in Liza P as well, it's a little different from like your typical Souls games. So, what you want to do is think about Sekiro, right? Sekiro is the best example. A hit is basically anything that starts from an enemy that deals damage to you, right? So whether that's like you taking a direct source of damage from an enemy unit, or if you block as well, right? If you just do a block, you take a little bit of damage, which in this game it's called guard regain. It's called guard regain. So guard regain is like you take a little bit of damage that you can heal back immediately quick. That's also considered a hit. Perfect parries, however, are not considered hits. So you'll actually be seeing me perfect parry quite a few moves from bosses. Assuming I pull it off the way I want to.
I'll use my...
So I am adjusting my weight on the top right since I want to make sure that I'm not heavy. Get a little bit of stats into my motivity, and we are good to go. So there's gonna be a few parts in this run where I go back to the hotel and I try to set things up, and there's like a lot that happens. I got to put my quartz in. I got to upgrade my weapon. You know, it's basically how the route goes.
It's so interesting because like because there's so much upgrade ability, and because you get things at different times, like you have to think about like, okay, do I go back to the hotel every 5 seconds, or do I wait until after this boss?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. That's, and you know, I don't think the way that I do this run is optimal in terms of speed, but my focus when it comes to hitless is never speed. It's more
right, of course,
safe and consistent, right? So there's a rune fragment here that I pick up. Ergo fragment, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
All these games have different
it's a blood echo fragment.
So, oh, really? All right, and we're about to go into the fight. I'm just doing my last bit of checks to make sure that I have everything. So you can see that I use all my heals before the boss fight, and that's because I have a quartz upgrade that gives me more damage if I don't have any heals in my quick slot. So that's why you may see me heal multiple times. And yeah, I think we're good to go. We're good to go. Let's do it. I hope this goes well. I use my shock abrasive immediately. I go close to him to like bait out an attack. Let's see what he does. So he gives me the good RNG here, and you can see how much damage I did. Now I just use a few more consumables to finish him off. We go into the next phase immediately. I skip. I start off with a shot put. Parry the attack. A few more shot puts. I go in. A little interesting, the attack that he did. I think I should be okay though. Right, nice, and one for the camera as well.
One for the camera.
That's basically, yeah, that's basically Romeo. Oh, I'm sorry that you're on a delay,
you're good.
I guess, because you're watching on stream.
That was great. That was so clean.
And now you can see why I take all that time to like set things up, right? Because like the amount of damage I get when I have like a good build is really, really good. Now we unequip a bunch of stuff and we're off to probably the slowest segment of the game. Without a boss, you have to go through the arcade and then the Grand Archives, at the end of which you fight Victor. But basically a lot of running here. And this split is actually my distance PB when it comes to hitless.
Ooh.
I got hit here on my previous run earlier this morning.
All these puppets look
So
utterly... They're king dead. They seem lost.
So I guess I should explain distance PB for anybody watching who's not familiar with hitless. The idea is, right, when we use the word PB in speedrunning, we're talking specifically about like, okay, did I finish the game faster than my fastest ever? But in hitless, since the goal is not speed, but rather to beat the game without taking any hits, your distance PB is how far you've made it without taking any hits. So for Ain, this area is the furthest he's ever made it without taking a hit. So anything further than this will be the furthest he's ever been.
Yep. Which is very cool. It's a nice way of measuring your progress. Yeah, for hitless, we mostly pay attention to two numbers. Or not numbers, but like metrics, I guess. There's the distance PB and your hit PB, right? And my hit PB for this entire game is 7 hits. And yeah, my distance is like a little bit further. It's like after this segment where you go through the arcade. Just making sure my inventory is accurate. This is actually one of my least favorite parts of the game. There's so much running. Pick up the Stargazer. And we gotta go and pick up this key. Also, apologies if I'm not paying attention to chat.
I'll be reading the chat, and if any good questions come up, I'll field them.
All right,
too.
cool. Awesome. Normally, I read chat quite a lot, but since we're on a live run, I want to see how far we can take it.
This is sick. This is interesting. I feel like most of the time when people come on the show with a run that's too long, they will just play up until the show ends, and then people will be like, okay, you can watch the rest on my stream. But it's way more hype, I think, to be like, okay, I'm on a run deep. Let's just pick up from here.
I am feeling it right now. You know, I'm like doing my best to not make a single mistake. The anxiety creeps up on you.
It's something.
I mean, it'd be cool if I got it, but like at the same time, you can't like really think that far ahead, you know? So I'm just like trying to see how far I can improve my runs.
Yeah, fair.
My early game is very, very consistent at this point. So we don't spend too much time in the hotel. We basically switch back to the wrench and the baton. And the reason why you see me switch the handle is because Liza P, for those of you who are maybe newer to the game, Liza P has a mechanic where you can attach different handles to your blade, and that completely changes the moveset of your weapon. And the wrench, along with the police baton handle, is actually probably the weapon combo that does the most damage in the game. So And you'll see how I use it here momentarily. But first, I need to play this part quite safe. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Right. That's more like it. Oh, we gotta kill one of the segments of the game where we actually kill enemies instead of just running through. And it's all because of this guy. This guy is miserable. He can puke. And that puke is a massive AoE, so you kind of have to like strafe around him.
This area was a struggle for me, casually.
It's my least favorite area in the game. This one in the swamp.
Yep, I would agree with that.
It's... Yeah. So we killed that guy. Pull this dude. And you can see I use my Legion arm here. The puppet string. It's actually really, really nice for hitless because you can basically just... you can pull these minor enemies, and in most cases, they just like have no chance of reacting. And you'll see that I use it here again for these puppets. So I pull this puppet, and I do a charge R2, and then he dies. Then there's one more. I pull him. Then I do an R1. This guy drops down. I pull him. Do a charge R2 into an R1. That's also that we can kill this butterfly, which drops a half moonstone. I want to be careful because that wave from the butterfly counts as a hit if you get hit by it.
Did I hear that in one of the recent updates they made these guys less chunky?
Yeah, they did. They actually made all the butterflies way less chunkier, which is really
They were
cool.
so beefy, dude. They were so beefy.
They really were. Yeah, they were probably one of the more tanky enemies of the game. All right, another part that's a little sketch coming up. So there's an elite down here, and what I basically do is I use my grindstone, and I do that, and I want to discharge so that I have my max damage. And then now I want to run and drop down, and as he's patrolling, I want to charge up my Fable, and then he dies on one hit.
That's vile,
Like, there's
dude.
like
That's vile that you just one-shot that guy.
Yeah. There's a timing to it, and easy to mess up, but all right, this guy's coming at me again. He's running, which means I can punish him, and he dies. Just got to play so careful with these segments coming up. And as I say that, I'm about to like just run past this guy. Well, a lot of these segments I'm running through, you see me run through just because on all my runs, I've never been hit so far. And I'll keep doing that until I take a hit. At which point, maybe I'll try to come up with a new strat.
It's so funny to me that like this guy, this fellow you just spoke to, the merchant, is behind a locked door and the tankiest like mini boss up to this point in the game. How did he get
Where they
there?
are, right? Like, remember the guys from Elden Ring?
Yeah, dude.
The merchants, they'd always be like the most insane locations. And whenever you'd see them, they'd be like, "Oh, dear customer,
I'm so hungry."
Like, yeah.
What's
so
like
hungry.
weird? The merchant in mountaintops. How we had to get like 5 medallions and beat God to get there. Like what? How is this man selling trinkets in like the end game location?
Okay, another elite coming up here, and if you guys have played through this game, you will know who I'm talking about. This is the infamous Jester. He's probably the hardest enemy in the game, probably even harder than like most bosses, I would say. But in the most recent patch, they nerfed him, so He's a little bit easier to deal with now. And you'll see. Once again, it's the same setup as before. I run through. He has a scripted opener. And I hit him once.
That's sick.
And that's pretty much it.
Can you explain the weapon art on this this weapon that you're using?
Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry, for sure. So, weapons in this game have things called as fable arts. And fable arts are basically the same as, you know, if you played Elden Ring weapon arts, right? Or Asher Wars. And what a fable art, basically, there's different fable arts for the blade portion of your weapon and the handle portion. So the reason why the wrench baton is so strong is because the wrench blade, that's the headpiece that I'm using, has a fable art called the patient smash, and it's basically you just charge up and it's a big smash. Does a lot of damage. Now the reason why you combine that with a police baton is because the police baton has a fable art, which basically what it does is it adds 50% extra damage to your next hit, right? And so you combine the two of those, where you first use the handle and then you use the patient smash fable art, and you just end up doing like insane amounts of damage. And that's basically how I'm like one-shotting most of these enemies right now. But again, I mostly use the wrench baton combo for running segments, and I end up using just your natural wrench for boss fights, because the wrench handle in itself has a really cool fable art called the payback swing, which does bonus damage if you attack as soon as you perfect parry an enemy. And so I perfect parry most of the bosses, or I attempt to. And that's basically it. Those are like the two weapons that I use for bosses. Now,
Yeah.
ADF, as soon as the stream catches up for you, those two enemies you see in front, the second guy is the one that I lost my distance PB to. He is the culprit that ended my dreams and aspirations earlier today. So
Wait, the guy's guarding the ladder down
we'll
there?
see if it happens again. Yeah. Well, the ladder's over there, but like there's like the same unit basically. Yeah.
I wish you luck.
But thank you. Actually found out why it happened though. The main reason it happened is because I didn't control my stamina, and I realized that apparently you need stamina to parry in this game. So yeah, and I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, and you'll see. I want to be a little careful because there's that drill puppet walking up, and
Yeah,
I
the
do
drill
not wanna
guy is
deal with
no
him.
joke.
So I might actually just wait for him to walk past again. So again, this is a part where I take it extremely slow, just to like guarantee my safety. But you know, I've seen a lot of other runners just run past as well. So here I pull him, and now I attack, and then he blocks, and then I parry, and then I hit him again, and he dies. So that parry is what I couldn't get earlier today. And that's my distance PB. Well, there you go.
Let's go, dude! Sick!
That was quite the reaction. Now I teleport back because I got a half moonstone, and so now I killed him again. But this time I run through essentially. I should probably not teleport out of there now that I think about it. But yeah, I wait for the drill guy to walk past again, which should be good, and then I pull this dude again, hit, parry. And yeah, parry windows in this game are much shorter than Sekiro. It's like, I believe an 8-frame window as opposed to, I think Sekiro had 13 or 14. I could be wrong about that. I'm not entirely sure, but like, it's basically like almost half of the parry window in Sekiro, which, you know, it's pretty punishing. But all right, he's in a good position, so I run past now. He's on the other side of the table, so should be safe to run past him. I guess I'll find out if it's not. And here, I kill that monkey, and I wait.
Yeah, so these spinning projectile guys are they're pretty accurate.
Yes.
Which I think is
Yeah,
fair
they
because as the player character, like as Pinocchio here, if you lock onto an enemy and throw an item, it does not matter how far away you are. It does not matter
Yeah,
if you are
it'll
a
reach
mile
it.
away. The item will immediately be there.
Oof. All right, I'm fine. Always a scary moment there, but yet to get hit. Also, if you'd like me to try sharing gameplay on Discord again, I can do that.
Nah, I think we're chill.
if-
It's all good.
All right, awesome. So we pick up a little quartz here again. Quartz are like so valuable, honestly. I believe I probably spend like up to half an hour just getting extra quartz. By the end of the game, I have way too many quartz. I don't even know what to do with them. But I don't know, man. They're shiny, so
True.
gotta get them. So in this segment, you'll see I play this very careful. I pull that guy backwards, and then I run back, and I pull him again. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want to fight in that narrow corridor. Because you can bonk. You can bonk the edges, and it's very dangerous when you have a weapon that has a wide swing. Kill these monkeys. I kill him. You don't really have to kill him, but again, I just kill him to be safe. Better safe than sorry. And I have a really cool setup here that I actually do. Where you see that monkey at the end? He's been a little bit of a problem. So I actually have a setup where I aim and I throw stuff at him.
This is what I'm talking about. Dude, Pinocchio has Tom Brady's arm, but he hardly has to, like, move his shoulder. He just flicks his wrist, and the, 10-pound shot put is across the football field.
Yep. That's a good point. Are they even monkeys? I don't know if they're monkeys. I've never
They
actually
kinda look
taken a
like
closer
monkeys.
look. Now, something interesting happens at this spot of the game. Where... Oh, no, I can't get the item. Oh, well. I can basically run through this door. And no, that's not a glitch. The reason why you can run through that door is because of the way it's coded. The door dev at that spot decided to... have the collision for that door disappear 1 second before the animation for the puppet destroying that door plays. So
Really quick, I do think, it's natural that this question comes up. It always does whenever we have a Soulsborne hit list.
About
About
glitches?
fall
Yep.
damage.
okay,
So
sure.
basically, the way that the Souls community has decided that hitless runs will work is for a hit to count, it has to come from something with AI, basically, or if something without AI hits you, it has to kill you, or not hits you, does damage to you, it has to kill you. So what I mean by this, enemies hitting you, that's a hit, obviously. Fall damage is not a hit because the player has chosen to drop from a height. Now, if fall damage kills the player, that is a hit. And then
Right.
environmental damage, so like if you start being poisoned by a swamp or something, does not count until the poison procs.
Exactly. So self-inflicted damage that's not from an enemy source is basically okay as long as it doesn't kill you. Traps are a great example. Technically don't have AI, but like if you get hit by a trap, since they're like an enemy source,
that's a hit.
They are considered a hit. But fall damage in general is fine. Environmental damage is fine, you know, which is why you see me occasionally lose HP when I jump from heights. No damage runs are they're like a more precise niche when it comes to the hitless community. There's like a handful of people that do no damage runs, and in no damage runs, you're not allowed to, obviously, well, you're not allowed
take
to
damage.
Yeah, even from fall damage. So yeah.
I think I misspoke. I said that environmental damage, if it procs, counts, but I don't think so.
No, yeah, if it procs, again, only if it kills you. Oh, did I get the? I don't think I got the item, did I?
The wine.
No, there's a coin that you're supposed to get. You actually didn't. That's okay. I'll reset the area. You got to talk to that NPC twice. So yeah, when you give her the wine, that's a side quest that I do. When you give her the wine, she gives you a coin that you can turn in. Oh, I'm fine. That you can turn in to one of the puppets back at the hotel, and they give you a half moonstone for it. So right now we're going back to the hotel because we're about to set up for the next significant boss fight, which is Champion Victor. Victor's a difficult fight, but I got this.
This boss was definitely a challenge. I will admit I did summon for this boss, and with the summon,
which is totally valid.
I found it kind of fun actually with the summon. But this is a cool boss, I think.
I like this boss a lot. It wasn't too difficult for me, but it might be because my build was maybe more catered towards dealing with him. But he's actually like, I think the only boss that I didn't struggle with that much on the run. But every other, or on my first playthrough, excuse me, but like every other boss was like, oh my God. So yeah, we're gonna buy like a few extra consumables here. I used them for his second phase, basically, but I mix and match them with my damage, with my main source of damage. But yeah, another reason why these splits with the arcade and the exhibition hall and Victor and then the swamp that's coming up later. Another reason why I don't like them is because of how slow I play, which is probably not an issue with the game. It's probably how I deal with it, but I play so slow that it takes so long. I spend so much of my time on these splits, but you know, it works for me. So here we turn in the coin that we just picked up, and we get a half moonstone that we're going to use to upgrade our weapon. But I'm also going to buy the acid grindstone because Champion Victor is considered a human. And acid is the appropriate damage type to use on humans. Fire is also good, but fire is generally better for carcasses.
No matter what, welcome. This I shall.
A little bit of housekeeping again. Buy a few Fable catalysts to fill my Fable. Buy the 1 quartz. And I can sell some of the Ergo that I picked up. And again, Ergo is just the currency in this game instead of your runes or your souls or whatever type of currency you're used to. Vigor, even.
There's too many words.
They're really, yes. I agree. So I have 2 quartz. I'm going to use one for the special grindstone weapon durability recovery. So what that does is whenever I use the special grindstone with the status effect, it completely recharges my weapon's durability to like maximum, and I will get more throwing supply. And again, right, you don't really need all of these buffs that I'm getting, but
in a hitless run, though, there's like no reason not to.
exactly. You know, I don't have a plane to catch or anything.
Right, and
so.
you're trying to like create the most powerful character you can.
Yes. And I will once again go back to the wrench for Victor. It is a +8. All that looks good. And I think with the rest of my money, I just level up a little.
I'll use my power.
Oh, actually, I always want to make sure that my weight is good, because when you're heavier, your rolls and your like your parries don't get affected, but your rolls and your stamina consumption they change quite a bit. So I always make sure to level my capacity so that I can deal, or I can move around in the fights with such a heavy weapon. And those are the only two stats that I really level up. I deal with motivity, which is your strength equivalent in this game, and then I go for capacity. And capacity, if it wasn't obvious, just lets you carry more things. Now, this is one of the more challenging fights, so I will do my best. So, you know, I have a decent track record with him, so. So once again, and if you ever see me like unequip my weapon, it's once again to like manage my weight so I run faster. So I'm again going to use all my heals because, like I mentioned, I gain bonus damage for every heal that or not every heal, excuse me. If I don't have any heals, I gain up to like 20% bonus damage, which is quite massive. And I also want to change my pocket watch to the Fable Catalyst. I want to think about this boss fight a little and then send it, I guess.
You got this. You got this.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is a very melee heavy, very aggressive boss.
Open your eyes.
Don't worry, I'm fine. Okay.
The new world belongs to us.
Yikes. We're fine. Gotta run around a little, which... Nice, let's go.
Dude, some of those dodges were so nasty.
Yeah, I don't know, I feel like I got lucky, maybe, but...
But where are my manners?
Whew.
My name is Simon Manus.
All right.
But even you've seen
That was stressful. I don't know why every boss fight is so stressful.
the disease purely as our we already will welcome.
It's a hard game.
So, yeah, I use
it's a really hard game.
It is. So you see how I like weave the consumables with my with like my normal weapon. Like I use my weapon to do most of my my damage, but then I also like add the consumables
Something, I guess.
so that you know, just to like make it a little bit more polished.
Ciao, brother. But you among the ugly. Please.
That's right.
Ignore that.
We talk to some of these NPCs because if you don't talk to them here and like interact in certain ways, you have to fight them as bosses towards the end of the game. So doing their quest where you give them the gold coin fruit actually lets you bypass that whole those two boss fights, the black cat and the red fox boss fight. Now, I believe this is probably the hardest split, which is the swamp and the swamp monster. Very difficult bosses, or a very difficult boss. And I wouldn't be surprised if I take a hit here, but I've been okay with in my runs, but very, very difficult. Again, this is like another long running segment. It takes you like to play it safe. I do my best to like not overextend anywhere, and I take my time with it. You'll see.
I think probably after the next boss fight, we could take our first break.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. That's probably gonna be in like around 15 minutes. I
Perfect.
suppose.
Yeah, that's great.
Humans call it an illegal dumping site.
So I pull
He tried to stop it.
this puppet
Eventually, he had much bigger concerns.
so that I can run past him. And the reason why I pull him is because I don't want him to chase me, as there's a lot of dogs in this area.
Think about.
And I gotta kill him. So I end up not running past the dogs. Another dog, and these dogs can like explode and stuff. Interesting area here. There's like a gunman. And so I break the boxes and hide behind here so that he gets aggro to the boxes. And now as he turns around, I'm going to go around and then puppet string the barrel next to him, which blows him up. And I pull the dog. And then I kill the dog. The puppet string, for those of you unaware, is a mechanic in this game called the Legion arm, which there's a bunch of different Legion arms that you can use depending on your playstyle that give you, well, basically like different, there's different functionalities. Some do shock damage, some do fire damage. And now we have another scary segment coming up where I actually got hit, I think 2 days ago, which is the second clown. And the reason why this segment is so difficult now is because, I don't know if you remember, Ada, but the first time you played this game, there were bridges in the swamp, right?
Yeah.
And the bridges in the swamp are very interesting. I'm fine. Okay. The bridges in the swamp, they used to like break apart. But in the last patch, they actually changed that. They don't break anymore, which is like really weird.
Huh.
Yeah, so this clown actually like he follows you all the way if you don't deal with him. Which is really annoying. But yeah. Bunch of ways that I do this part. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm fine. I am totally okay. I'm not even concerned. Okay, we're all fine. Everything is good. Life is perfect. Don't worry about it. I'm not panicking.
The sun is shining.
At this point.
The tank is clean.
Everything is good. I love my life. Where did that clown really not chase me? Interesting. Yeah, it actually worked out. Anyway. That was terrifying. That was terrifying. I don't know how I didn't get shot by him there. That was so bad. I didn't think I was gonna like fall down.
This is some good Ain Run content right here.
It is. It really is. This is like textbook. I should just, you know, I am just gonna like play it super. Oh, did he go back up? No, he's just chilling. I wonder what the best way of dealing with this guy is. Let's see if this works. Okay. Life is good. All right, we climb this ladder because these enemies de-aggro if you're on the ladder. Then you drop back down. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually shocked that I didn't get hit there. But hey. Now I'm gonna rest at the Stargazer again so that I get my Legion build up, and then onwards to the next area.
Those damn alchemists.
Anyway, this is why I like take the swamp so slow, because so many things can go wrong.
You're a worthy.
So we're gonna get a talisman from Alidoro, who sells you boss weapons and talismans, basically. That we'll use later on in the run.
Can I complain about something in this game?
Of course.
I hate
Always.
how the backstab is so bad.
Yeah, it's really not good. It's not ideal.
Like on the White Lady, for instance, like, my God.
Oh yeah.
On any
yeah.
NPC fight, it's like,
NPCs,
where
yeah.
is the window?
All right, there's 2 traps here. This is probably a very stressful segment coming up because I have to like juggle a lot of things at the same time. Because there's this ballista or missile or whatever you call it. I gotta basically time my movements. All right, so my objective here is I'm trying to get that to happen. I'm trying to get them to like get hit by the ballista. And there's a reason why I play this part as slow as I play it, and that's mostly because the weapon that I'm going to use for the rest of the run is in this area. And so I'm just like using my audio to oh, all right. Interesting. I'm just using my audio to time my approach. Yeah, you'll see why I'm doing this, basically. So the weapon that I use for the rest of the run is on top of that tower. And I need to go all the way up there to get it. But like there's this cop here, and he's very problematic. If he sees me, I'm dead. Basically. So I gotta like start running as soon as he turns. And if I do that, then he basically like doesn't follow me, and it's safe to do this. If he actually saw me, he would follow me, and he's basically as fast as I am, if not faster. So yeah. Also, yeah, I'm seeing some questions in chat. So this is basically a run that I prepped the first, I guess, 1 hour, 20 minutes or something earlier today on my stream, because my route is actually 4 hours long around. And you know, we only have a 3-hour segment, and I wanted to showcase some of the more difficult bosses. So that weapon that we just picked up is the weapon that I use for the rest of the run, the live puppet's axe. It is very strong, and you'll see how much damage I do to like some of the bosses. Well, assuming we get there, which I mean we will.
You're gonna be fine. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I'm just like setting expectations.
There's no need. It's gonna be so fine.
Okay, so I run past. There's a spot here that's a little scary, where there's like a second one of these police officers. Would have been really smart to have come up with a strat, but my strat is basically run and dodge, and it's worked so far, so we'll see. Oh, beautiful.
Nice little aim, run, moan right there. I
No
never
hitless run is complete.
I never used to do that until I started hanging out with you and V-Swed, and now I do it on accident. I don't mean to,
Yeah.
but there are clips of me just making ungodly noises, dodging enemies and stuff in games.
It helps you. It's a power up, you know.
It's like grunting in tennis. It's like
It's literally that.
like I feel invincible.
I never thought about it that way before, but it's literally grunting in tennis. So we're gonna come back to kill these two bosses here, the puppets of the puppet of the futures, puppets of the future, puppets of the future, whatever the plural is.
Puppet ofs the future.
Puppet of the future, yeah. We're gonna come back to kill them, but we have to like go around and first disable the turret that's shooting at us. And again, another part where I just stay very slow to be safe. And the salamander dagger, I use my dagger here instead of the coil stick because carcasses, which are what these enemies are that I'm fighting right now. Carcasses are weak to fire, and the salamander dagger basically does fire damage, and it's a +0 dagger, so I've not actually leveled it up. Okay, you might remember, if you haven't played this game ever since it's come out, you might remember these bridges used to break. They don't break anymore. Which, you know, you might be thinking, oh, that's nice, you won't fall, but that also means the enemy doesn't fall and they keep following you. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna like rest here for a little bit to like deal with the rolling boulders. Very scary. This butterfly is blocking me right now. Okay. We have 2 butterflies here that we want to kill, so I end up killing 2 of these enemies since that's the spot where we're going to be killing a butterfly. And yeah, it's actually funny. This dagger is probably one of the best weapons in the game if you go for an advanced build. Okay, let's see. So I want to time myself appropriately. And this is one of the butterflies that we got to kill. No, they're not that tanky. It's just my dagger is not leveled at all. Gonna run through. I get that. Wait for that boulder to fall down. Swap to my wrench. Wait for the next boulder to drop down. And here's the second butterfly that we gotta kill. And how nice that it's like right next to another boulder. Oh, did it fly back? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm fine. Life is okay. Okay, come back here. So that's another half moonstone we get, and unequip my wrench so that I can run faster. And these are some segments that we just run through. So we're basically at the small monster now. Not a lot more to deal with. My next hit, if it happens, should be at that boss fight. Or my first hit. But yeah, I really despise this entire area. So much to pay attention to. Things get a lot better after this, though. The segments get a lot better. So this is the guy that's been firing the missiles at us. We kill him, disable the turret, because you actually got to like break him.
Is the turret a perma disable? It is, right?
Yeah, if you break it. If you don't break it, if you reload the area, it starts firing at you again.
Whoa! An earthquake! That came from the direction of Krot Central Station. Oh, this could be bad.
You said you've been
pal.
speedrunning this game?
Really, really bad.
I did, yeah. That's what I was doing for the first, I guess, month after the game came out.
Which do you prefer? Challenge runs or speedrun for this?
Well, for this game, since it's more linear, there's not many like by challenge runs, do you mean like hitless or like other
like hitless or whatever?
I actually prefer speedrunning for this game simply because it's a long hitless run, and I feel like I don't enjoy doing really long, drawn out runs. I have a very short attention span. I feel like, I'm growing old, so it's hard for me to like focus for such long periods of time.
And
but
what are you talking about? The 5X bosses, you were on Malekith for like 3 days.
I know, that was my prime.
That was like 6 months ago.
That was I peaked at that moment.
No.
So I'm not a big fan of this RNG because he is, I guess it's okay. I don't really like it because he's right next to that container. And that container, if you don't know, actually has like enemies in it. Okay, I should be fine here. So let's see. So this is something that I do different from other runners. Other runners don't, well, some other runners, faster runners, I should say, don't kill these two Puppet of the Futures. I kill them because you get 2 quartz. And they're basically free kills. This counts as a boss fight, so... Some crazy action right now. You can see it's not too bad. Just keep baiting out like a few attacks, so I know it's like okay to go and punish. If I get a parry, or excuse me, a poise break, take a repose. Wait for the next attack. Just gotta make sure I have enough space between me and the boss. All right, I can go back in. And that's the first one that I kill. And now I go and kill the second one. Basically, same thing. Only reason I do this is they're like free quartz, essentially. Waste a little bit of time, but makes my route pretty comfy. Now with this guy, it's interesting. I lead him into these traps, and he's an idiot, so he actually gets sucked by both of them, and then now I deal with this guy. Actually ended up aggroing an enemy. Could be okay. I can pull him back. I just gotta like, unfortunately, spend a little bit of time. These enemies are really annoying because they have like a really quick attack that even if you like hook them, they can immediately hit you. So to play it safe. Oh. Okay, I'm just giving up. I'm sure I'm fine. He's going back. I'm sure I'm okay.
This is some copium.
I'm fine. This is where I thrive. I'm not gonna go in for that because it was a little too late. But okay, he should be fine. I'll keep him on my camera. Hello, sir? Okay, I don't think he's interested. This guy's dealing with some issues right now. He's very confused as to where he is. Another reason why I drag the enemy. This is so weird. He's like, I don't know what he's doing. Another reason why I drag that enemy onto the traps is so that I have enough space to maneuver. I don't know why he just isn't looking at me. Sure, I guess. Okay. What do we got? Nice. Okay, cool. Very interesting fight.
You're doing great.
Thank you. I'm trying. I'm also like trying to play it a little bit safer than I usually do just because of that puppet that I've aggroed. He's like right back. And you can see him on the left end of my camera. I'm just like making sure that he doesn't aggro to me. So I kill him. We're good. We can get out of here. And now we're about to fight the swan monster. So I'm going back to the hotel to buy some throwables and to get some upgrades, basically. And we'll fight the next major boss. Possibly, I think, top 3 scariest bosses in this run coming up.
Why don't we take the break before the boss fight?
Sure. Yeah.
I think leave people on a little bit of a cliffhanger for a couple minutes.
All right. Yeah.
You cool to take it now?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Okay, everybody. We're gonna jump to a very quick break. Do not go anywhere. This is not the end of Challenger Approaching. This is not the end of this run. We're just gonna go through to a quick break. Get up, stretch your legs, get some water. We will be right back with the hardest boss in hit list right after this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. My name is Adef, and we're showing off Lies of P Hitless with Ain Run tonight. Some quick announcements before we get back into things here. This Saturday and Sunday, that's tomorrow and the day after, if you're counting, we are raising money for Doctors Without Borders as a part of Twitch's Together for Good initiative. Come by twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick this weekend and check out our marathon. Use _schedule in Twitch chat to check out the runs that will be available for reviewing live over the next 48 hours. But for now, Ain, why don't you, if you're ready, we can get back into things here.
All right, let's do it. So, just gonna go and buy some consumables so that I can throw them again. Same thing with Victor, though I use a lot more for the next boss coming up. So I use a healthy amount for almost every boss.
It's fascinating. Like, I didn't know that consumables were good halfway through my casual playthrough, and then I got kind of...
me neither.
I got pretty walled on Romeo, and I was like, I don't want to look anything up, but fine, I'll see if anybody's come up with a strat for this boss. And one of the YouTube videos was like, just buy consumables, and I was like, okay. And then I first tried.
Yeah, they're really strong. I don't think I recognized how strong they were as well in my first playthrough. It's only when I started doing a second run or something. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood fights, I used them on those fights just to like spam people down, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's pretty nice, pretty comfy. So I'm seeing a question in chat about what stats I level up. I only level up 2 stats in this run. I level up capacity, which helps me carry more items, so that I can like run faster, because it makes sure that like my weight is lightweight. And then the only other stat that I level up is motivity, which is, if you're familiar with Souls, it's your strength stat. And the reason why I do that is because the main weapon that I'm using right now, which you'll see I'm going to upgrade it here,
Will you for
the
what if
live
you
puppet axe that we just picked
I
up in
don't
that
know
previous segment. This weapon scales exclusively on motivity, which is your main strength stat. And so that's all I level up. I don't really find a use when it comes to like hitless. I don't really find a use for like other stats. You don't need HP because obviously if you get hit, the run's basically over. That's basically all that I do. I just try to build as much damage as possible. And okay, fun fact, in the training area, that dummy punches you, and if you get punched by that dummy, it is considered a hit. So interesting piece of information for...
Also, the reason that Ain goes in and out of that courtyard, I don't know if you explained this,
No, I didn't.
is
Yeah, you can
because
go ahead.
it refreshes the fabled charges on the weapon immediately.
Exactly, the blue bars. That's why I keep going in and out. It's an immediate charge, so very useful to have.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna level up a little bit with my quartz so that I get more damage. And I believe I get the Legion one here. And that's it for the quartz. I just used the rest of my money to level up, and then we can see how the fight goes. I believe I bought everything. I'm like just cross-checking, but... Oh yeah, I have to buy the carcass amulet, because... This amulet that I'm just buying right now is very useful against the swamp monster, because he is considered a carcass, so I'd be doing bonus damage if I have it on.
So you should have keys.
Now I can use the rest of my money to level up. Oh, let me just make sure. Again, I gotta like equip my the actual build that I'm going into the fight with so that I can make sure what my weight is at. So you can see on the top right, it says slightly heavy, 64%. I want that to be at around 59, because 59 is when you go to the tier below slightly heavy. So if I do 1 point in capacity, I'm at 61. And actually what I can do here is change my Legion arm from the puppet string to your base arm, which takes you to 59. So right now you can see that that yellow slightly heavy sign has disappeared. That's usually what I'm looking for on level capacity. Rest of the stats just go all in on motivity. So 43 motivity. Oh, I actually... Oh, I have one fire abrasive. That's nice. I thought I forgot to buy a fire abrasive, but I have it. Because it's very interesting. Swamp Monster has 2 phases. First phase is, well, the Swamp Monster himself, which is considered a carcass. The second phase, the Swamp Monster actually possesses the body of a puppet, and he turns into a puppet. So you actually have to like change your build for the second phase, and I do that in the middle of the fight. Which is kind of toxic in this game, because menuing in this game in the middle of the fight is very annoying, because you can't like move when you menu in this game. So yeah. All right, we have a +8. Just making sure I have everything. Shock. My Fable Catalyst. And all right, we should be good. But yeah, again, this fight is definitely very hard, but we'll try to do our best. So I use my heals before I go in, because if I have empty heals, I do more damage. I want to be on the pulse cells, or excuse me, the throwing cells. So I'm just like, before each boss, I like to like take a moment to like run through what I'm exactly gonna do for the boss, so that I don't like just go into the fight and then... I normally try not to think during the fight, because I'd rather not have brain lag, you know? But all right, let's do it. Let's see what happens.
Good luck.
Thank you. So there's 2 openings that you normally get. I get the good opening. So we go into phase 2. And in phase 2, I have a certain strat that I use to like start the fight. It's really difficult though, so all right, let's see what happens. Godspeed. So that's where I swap the talisman. Let's go. Nice. Whew, all right.
Yo, sick.
Another one done. That fight is very difficult in phase 2 because he has a lot of jump moves. He just jumps into the sky and he does like mini jumps. And when he does those jumps, his entire body turns into a giant hitbox. And so it's like really difficult to actually know how to appropriately deal with it. So you got to basically like stand right in front of him the whole time. But yeah, it's pretty massive. That was a really nice fight.
Your weapon.
Now we keep
your
going.
weapon occludes so much of the camera.
Right, yeah, good point. I forgot to mention. So one of the disadvantages with this weapon is you can barely see the game. And it gets really bad with like some of the later fights, you'll see. So I just have to like basically feel it out. All right, nice. So the next segment of the game is Corrupted Crot. We basically got to run through the train station. I didn't buy an extra. I was meant to buy an extra cluster grenade, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I can go and buy it now, but I always forget to buy it. The next segment coming up is a running segment up to the next boss, which will be the Walker of Illusions. And the Walker of Illusions is... It's a fine boss. The difficulty lies in like the running segment going up to the Walker of Illusions. So, that's basically how it goes. And then after the next two bosses, after Walker of Illusions and the Corrupted Parade Master, which happen like one after another, we are basically on to the last three bosses of the run. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if I can keep it going.
You're killing it,
I'm
dude.
very satisfied with this distance, though.
You're killing it.
Yeah, I'm very I'm quite happy with
So
it.
who's left? The second iteration of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood, and then Gate Guardian or Door Guardian or whatever. I think
Door Guardian,
Gate
yeah.
Guardian's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. And then you've got
Luxasia and Madness.
oh yeah, 4 bosses.
Yeah. Well, we also have the Walker of Illusions and the Corrupted Parade
Okay,
Master, but
6
those aren't
bosses.
like, I guess they're not considered major bosses. So yeah, you know.
I don't know.
But they're
Corrupted
like-
Parade Master has, it's a whole arena and everything.
Yeah, I mean they're both definitely like you have to fight them. You can't like go past them without fighting them. So definitely. But I guess like the next two splits are ones that I feel more comfy with. So I don't really. Well, you can get hit anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna lie about that, but. All right, so I'm just making sure again that my setup here is fine before I go through because we actually like pick up a quartz coming up. My Fable. All right, we're good to go. There's also a couple of elites that we fight, so elite mobs. We're also scared to deal with. But, we should be fine. So there's a quartz here that we want to pick up at the end of the chest, but what we want to first do is aggro those enemies. This positioning is a little awkward. We're fine. I'm just gonna like teleport out and do it again. We're okay. You can hide behind that lamppost and it's pretty safe.
Yeah, I agree. I think some of the elites are like pretty. You don't want to mess with like any of the elites in this game.
No, you don't. You really don't. You really, really don't. There's this one guy coming up pretty soon. That's he's messed up. He's an issue. I call him the mini door guardian because he's like right next to a door as well. I'm just gonna kill. And like, so what I want this elite to like walk up again to that blob. And then as soon as he does that, I'll drop by and pick up that quartz on that chest. I just gotta make sure that I hit it with something. So I'm gonna use this sharp pipe, which aggroes them all. Then I immediately drop down, get the quartz, hide behind the lamp, and I leave.
Yeah, one really great thing about this game is that when compared to, you know, like a Homeward Bone or a Memory of Grace or whatever, the item in this game has infinite uses and does not consume your souls.
You know what's really bad about it, though?
What?
You cannot use it during boss fights.
Oh, true.
So once you're in a boss fight, you're basically committed. You can't leave, which is it's really stressful, right? Because like you want to make there's no escape. You basically have to like make sure that you get it right the first time.
Wow.
Yeah. So we want to wait for this carcass to come out. And as he comes out, I'm going to run past him. Yeah, so that's something that's very comfy with, like, say, Elden Ring or, like, Dark Souls. Because you can get the Homer Bone, or whatever the equivalent is. So this is why I get that cluster grenade coming up, because I use this. And that basically stuns that enemy as I run past him. I used to just dodge his attack, but stopped being consistent for me, so I decided to just play it safe. And now we're gonna kill this Scorpion Elite. Fun. And I walk up right behind him. Let's do a big bonk. I dodge backwards, wait for him to turn around, and as he turns around, I do a double shot put, so he falls down, and then I kill him.
Solved. Calculated. Chat asking, what's ADEF? ADEF is me.
Well, what does it stand for?
It doesn't stand for anything. I'm the host of this show.
Amazing dragon
Okay.
energy.
Wow.
Hand over all you got.
You can do it.
Flower.
Amazing dragon energy flower. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I mean, those are 4 out of the 5 words that I know.
Really?
So,
What's the 5th word that you know?
5.
So the 5th word you know is 5?
I don't know where that was going. Like, you put me on the spot with that one. You should have just like let that die, you know?
Yeah, but that's not in my blood.
Right.
I have to yes and
If
everything. That's part of who I am.
I'm on a live hitless run.
I don't care what you're doing.
I have 1 brain cell right now.
ADEF doesn't stand for anything. It just is what it is.
No, you gotta like that's so like that's not a good answer. You gotta come up with something.
There's an origin story, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. All right, time for me to focus. That was a nice 10 seconds.
That was a nice
that I
10
got.
seconds of jokes.
But so there's an elite coming up, and he's actually one of the harder elites. And I have to parry him, so that's always fun. It's always fun needing to hit an 8-frame window parry or losing your entire run. You will see him come by soon, but first I need to kill 2 of his friends. Aggro the first guy, wait to see what he does. He does a speed walk. We love to see that because that means I can go in and get a free backstab on him. And here's the second friend. Hello, sir. That's the attack that's like terrifying. We got that. Deal with him.
Somebody in chat saying that ADEF stands for Ains Dedicated Enthusiastic Fan.
Oh, I like that. I mean, I like it. I don't know if you like it.
I think it's very funny.
You got to rebrand now. You got to like just have my face on all your like merch and stuff, you know?
Yeah, oh, happy to.
All right, so that guy, that's the mini door guardian. He's just like pounding on that door, and you actually can't like get past him unless you kill him, so. Fun. I use a little bit of Fable. And all right, use all my heals. Life is good. And here we go. I immediately go in and I start with a charge R2, which does a mini stagger, and then I wait for his attack. And then he always does that attack, and I just parry and kill him with it. And again, the reason why I go for the parry is because of that damage that you just saw on the follow-up after the parry. Anytime I get a perfect parry, if I immediately Fable Art after, I do tons of damage, and that's what my whole build is designed around. Nice. All right. So that's good.
I don't sorry. Even if
And yeah, of course, the trade-off there being that I have to land the parry, right? Which not great.
But you just hit it, so it's fine.
Well, I did, yeah. It's just my heart rate goes up every time right before I press the button. But okay, we got to be quick here a little bit. We start getting chased by a decent amount of enemies. Not exactly chased, but like we got to take a pretty specific line.
Whoa. This used to be the workshop's transportation base close to Krotz
So
Central
these
Station.
disruption crystals, the disruption status that's building up, if that bar fills up, I immediately die. It's a one-shot. That's what disruption does in this game.
I didn't know the scale of it all. So let's add that earthquake to our list of
So
strange and bizarre happenings.
I gotta be extremely careful with my management there. Take a very specific line. Doesn't help that like this entire area is kind of like very narrow. And here we fight the second elite, which is a jumping elite. And here I use the other weapon combo. So what we want to do here first is once again discharge all my HP or my heals, excuse me. Then I buff. I do my second buff. I wait for him to move. I charge up. And I kill him.
How precise is the positioning while you're charging up there? Like, do you have to land in a specific spot in order for the charge R2 not to go too far?
It's not. It's more of the timing than the positioning, because if I wait too long, if I wait to reposition, then he can attack me, right? And so I basically have to like immediately charge as soon as I land.
It looked to me like the R2, like the charge R2 like jumping attack goes really far. Like,
oh my god. Oh, dude. Oh, I just got hit. Oh, not like this. Ah, no.
What happened?
I got caught by a stray bullet from that enemy. No. Oh well.
I feel bad. I feel like it's my fault I was talking.
No, it's okay. I just stopped a little too early there. That's actually the first time I've been hit there. A little disappointing, but it's okay. We'll keep going. We'll go for the one-hit PB. That's a shame. It's my strat there usually is I have to run through and hit an enemy, and then I gotta like hide behind a wooden pillar so that I avoid bullets from the guy that shoots me. It's sad because I got clipped by one bullet, and he usually shoots in 3, so that means like I was like very close to avoiding that. Because the other two hit the pillar, so I must have been like extremely close.
This is a deep distance PB though. You should feel very proud about that.
It is. Yeah, for sure. It's all good, you know, it happens. But you know, we'll try to finish strong. At least I'll be able to show you guys a lot of the other end game segments. What am I doing?
Look, the cool thing is now that your PB's about to be one hit, obviously. Now that that's the case, if people want to see the actual hitless run happen, they just have to follow you on Twitch, and then they can see it live.
True. Very true.
Where can people find you, Ain Run?
Well, twitch.tv Ain Run. You guys can follow me if you want to. Well, unfortunately, we can't get this run on this attempt since I just got hit, but pretty sure I'm very close to getting it. You know, because I'm basically, I would say 70% done with the game, so it was like only another 30%. I mean, you guys will see as I'm playing. And yeah, if you guys feel like it, you can follow me, and
If we could get a shout out in chat from my boy Ain Run.
That's when I got
that
it.
That would be huge.
But we'll keep going. My best run so far that I've done in terms of like hit count is 7 hits, you know? So there's still a new PB would still be very valuable to get here.
Yeah, once you get low enough in the single digits, then it's like any run can be the run.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a shame that it happened that way though, because like these 2 splits that I'm doing right now are very comfy for me normally. I guess I wasn't like really paying attention because, you know, you get into this like autopilot state with like parts that are very comfortable for you, and so I was just like, basically, I don't know, I wasn't like paying as much attention as I should have. You know, it happens. It's how hitless goes. So for those of you new to hitless, normally if I was doing this on my stream, for example, what I would do if I took a hit is I would restart the whole game and start all the way from the beginning. So that's basically what you got to do. But in this case, you know, just to beat my previous best of 7 hits, I'll keep going. Plus, I'll be able to show you guys some of the bosses. Hey, who knows? If I take more hits, then it'd be destiny at that point, you know?
Yeah. For sure.
No matter what, sir, welcome.
Okay, so I'm once again setting up for the next boss. We're at the next boss already. It's the Walker of Illusion. So basically setting up for the next 2 bosses, because if you actually do the Walker, then you're locked in until you beat the Corrupted Parade Master, because you can't go back to the hotel
I know my way.
after you beat Walker. So making sure that I get all my upgrades ready to go. Everything looks good there.
No. Now the goal is just after.
I'm gonna equip the Acid Abrasive.
I always.
Believe it or not, Walker of Illusions is considered to be a human and not a carcass for some reason.
What?
Yeah, I'm not entirely certain how that works, but yeah, that's a whole thing. But I think we're good to go. All right, let's do it. So you'll see why this was such a shame, because like the next couple of, at least like the next boss, Walker, you'll see what it's like.
This one's pretty quick, if I remember correctly from seeing your attempts before. This is just like a bunch of projectiles and then go in.
Pretty much, yeah. It's basically what it is. All right, just making sure I have everything set up. It looks like it, and all right, let's do it. So, ADEF, something you should know about me.
No?
When I get hit on a run, it all starts falling apart, all right?
Yeah, you get complacent.
Yeah. But I'll try my best. I'll try my best for that not to happen here. Okay, so I want to be on my acid. Set up my talismans first. Actually, yeah, I want to use the human amulet. So that's why we killed that scorpion like a while back, the scorpion elite, so that I have the human talisman, which does more damage to like human target enemies. So start with my abrasive. I toss 4 acid usually, and then I start throwing all my clusters. And then I toss 1 more acid. And then I use a shot put. I buff. I do a triple fable, and she's dead. And that's basically how you do that boss. A little cheesy, yes, but you know.
I bet, you know, it's hitless. You're not doing any glitches. You're just using the game mechanics as best you can to beat the game, you know, in as few hits as possible. I think it's fine. Plus, if we're keeping it 100, that boss, I liked that boss until the Shadow Clone was summoned.
Oh, I love that boss till the Shadow Clone. Yeah.
And then I was like,
I 100% agree.
I was like, man, this is so stupid.
I was like, oh wow, this is a cool boss,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
she just spawns a clone. And so like over here, we're immediately onto the next boss, which is the Corrupted Parade Master, but we can't go back to the hotel because this is a segment of the game where you basically have to beat the Corrupted Parade Master and go back to the hotel. But right before I do that, I first
No time to lose.
have to answer a phone call.
Ring, ring.
One of my favorite segments in the game, answering the phone.
It's funny to me because I was hoping the riddles would actually be tough, but they're so obvious.
Yeah, dude, I still got them wrong on my first playthrough.
And what are you talking
dude,
about, dude?
Boa constrictor that's digesting? Like, what the hell? Why would they give you that as an option?
I don't remember that one.
I thought it was like, okay, they're definitely trying to like get me here. You
They
know?
weren't
like,
ever
this is,
trying to get you. All of them were the
they weren't.
obvious thing.
They really weren't. They weren't trying to get me at all. I'm so disappointed. And then I had to do like a whole side quest to like get the key in the end.
Oh no. Hey, so there's something horrible in front of the hotel. It might be worse than what we saw at the cathedral.
So this boss fight's a little tricky. He's not too bad. He's all right, but like sometimes he can give you some weird RNG and he just like stalls the fight quite a bit. But if he gives you like optimal RNG, it's pretty much a free fight. You know what? I didn't need that shot put anyway. So again, I'm gonna heal. And then change to the carcass amulet because he's considered a carcass. And my setup is basically good. And all right, let's do it.
Good luck.
Thank you. So I tossed 4 thermite so that I put him on fire, and then Harry. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. He gave me like good RNG. And then I just finish him off. with consumables, and he's dead.
So what's happening now?
Very well done.
Let's get back to the hotel.
Oh, this would have been a.
Friends.
I can't believe I got hit at that spot.
You can't shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's gonna be fine. You'll get back there. You'll get back there.
I know. But guess what boss is coming next?
Black Rabbit Brotherhood 2.
Yes, and let me tell you something. That boss fight is probably the worst boss fight in the entire game.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I didn't like either of them.
Remember when I said Swamp Monster was like top 3 worst bosses? This is probably number 1. So
yeah, I really disliked all the, I mean, I don't know. As far as like gank fights go in Souls games,
I'm not a fan.
I generally don't enjoy them. I will say that I think they went better in this game than most.
100%. I was literally just gonna say they're actually a lot better in this game than in traditional like FromSoft Souls games.
I would agree.
Yeah. They're so bad though.
Geppetto has been kidnapped. I'm sorry. I said my poor.
You know what? They also buffed this fight. They buffed the boss in like the latest patch, which is
did they really?
So weird. They actually did. It's crazy. They actually did. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the first version of the fight is like bigger arena, 2 at a time max. And then the second version of the fight is all of them at once.
Yeah.
Smaller arena. It's like, okay. And also, I'm sorry, but I hate the way they sound.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like the
Agreed.
most exaggerated Cockney accents of all time. And I'm like, damn, these voice actors are clearly talented. Who is directing these? Like,
So what I'm doing here is I am actually
Oh, are you respecking?
doing something very interesting. I am respecking. Yeah, I respec for this fight. And there's a reason I respec for this fight. It's because this is one of the... This is the only fight in the entire run where I use my Legion arm quite a lot. And I use a specific Legion arm that you'll see. I use the Fulminous Legion arm, which is the one that gives you... The one that does shock damage. And there's a reason why I use it. A lot of people in the community don't like my strat for this fight. They feel like I'm overcomplicating things, but I am. I believe my strat is superior. So I'll let you guys judge.
I mean, well, I have to see it.
Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is like a lot of housekeeping. This is like the most prolonged segment where I go around collecting items.
Buy some.
I respec, all that sort of stuff. So I'm buying Legion calibers right now. The reason I'm buying Legion calibers is because I'm gonna use it to upgrade my my Legion arm, because I need a level 4 Fulminous arm, which I will go and acquire.
Yeah, the Legion arms are upgradable just like weapons, but they're upgradable via a different upgrade material.
Yes.
And I thought the Legion arms were a cool little, like, it's like almost spell
really
casting
nice.
in a sense.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I mean, I think when it comes to like combat, this game does a really good job at it with
Oh, it was
like
incredible.
how much variety it gives you with like the whole handle mechanic. I didn't really like initially. I was like a little confused with it.
Same.
I was almost like, "What is this?" It's like it's weird, you know. Like, oh, I've never dealt with this whole like handle weapon system before, but it's actually really, really nice.
Yeah, I agree. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, My personal.
And, oh yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say the reason why I respec is because I normally go full into motivity, and I respec into half motivity, half arcane for this fight, or advance, excuse me, for this specific fight, because your Legion arm scales on advance as well as motivity. So that's why I respec for this fight. You were saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say that like I used several different Legion arms throughout my playthrough, mostly the flamberge and the like grenade arm.
Yeah.
And the I love the grenade one. It led to so many like really interesting little moments where like a boss was just about to be staggered or just about to die, and I was also about to die, and I was like, I'll just put one of these down and try to bait him into it.
I actually never used the. I used them, but like I barely try to optimize them or whatever. You know, I didn't use the grenade one. I didn't use the puppet string. I used a little bit of the shock one, the fulminants that I'm gonna use, and I used a little bit of the fire. I tried using the acid quite a bit, but honestly, the acid arm was pretty underwhelming. I think.
Never used the puppet string or the acid arm like at all.
The puppet string is actually really strong, but
which is cool.
Yeah, I never used it for my first
default
playthrough.
one.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed all this was beneath
They're all
the hotel?
fairly strong in their own like ways, especially if you like spec into an advanced build.
Is this the relic of Trismegistus?
So it's very cool that like you have multiple different playstyles that you can go for.
Increases replayability. Are you excited for the
Been
DLC?
here before.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm kind of shocked. I thought I had
know.
heard there wasn't gonna be DLC,
I don't know.
and then
exactly
here we
what's
are.
going on. Someone
DLC.
Pretty sure.
Well, no, I'm saying
That's probably
like
not more.
we have
months
to
ago
follow.
when the game first came out. I had heard
I
rumors
see.
that there wasn't going to be any.
Yeah.
And now I'm pleasantly surprised it is coming. But the sequel also. I mean, lots of cool Lies of P stuff.
There's a lot of Souls games recently.
I know.
Like a Souls Overdose.
I did not.
which one is
I
this?
did not play Lords of the Fallen. I will say.
How did you
No,
not?
I had no desire.
I would say it was a decent game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not my favorite by any means, but I would say it was like I think it's like worth a playthrough if you're into like Souls kind of games. But definitely, the game had its issues in my opinion. Like it lacked that polish. But I mean, yeah, that's my politician take.
No matter serving. Welcome to Hotel.
So what we just did is like I went and got a few more items so that I can sell them. And I'm gonna sell them so that obviously so that I can like use the money. I sell them because I'm a big fan of trade. And then now I will level up my final weapon.
You are here. It's good when you came in. You are here.
Not my final, like I level up my first weapon to plus 10. I level up the other weapon to plus 10 as well, but we do a little bit of that. Refill my Fable. And then here's where we get the Legion arm. So we come all the way here. I switch to Fulminus. And then here we modify it to the max level. So that's level 4 Fulminus. And I have 3 quartz, which I will go and sock it in right now. And as for what I pick up, I want to get... I have 3 quartz. And I want to get the Charged Legion when eliminating an enemy, which opens up level 5. And then here... So basically, I'm socketing in quartz that'll help me do more damage with my Legion arm. That's what's going on now. And you'll see why I use it. It will become evident pretty soon. It's all right. I think we're almost ready to go and do the fight.
No matter serving. Welcome.
I buy like 2 of those, and then with the rest of my stats, I normally level up, but I think in this particular situation, I think it's okay if I don't level up. So we go Human Amulet there. We don't use any of those. I go for that, and then I go for Carrier +1, which puts me at 35. All right, let's do it.
Good luck.
Thank you. Still got to run to the boss, but yeah. Yeah, this boss is like the most difficult, and you'll see why. All right, go around. We don't have to deal with that guy. There's a little ledge here that we drop down onto, and this is our setup spot, so this is my last chance to set things up. Once I'm in the fight, can't regret anything, you know? Just gotta play it out, so. All right, everything looks good. I want to be on my acid when I go in. All right, I'll just wait for this guy to walk back. Once he pats back, I can go. All right, let's do it. We go in and we immediately want to focus the guy with the sword.
We're just fixed by time. You're going down.
And that's the main issue. They buffed that attack from him. But that's why I use the Fulminous Arm. Oh my god, I got stuck. That's funny. So I want to run around until everyone else uses their consumables, and he's dead. So you can see why I keep using. That was a little scary. Okay. Fine. Life is good. Now I just like keep rotating around until I get another opportunity to attack. This is basically this fight.
Alright, demonstration time. Who wants to watch this guy break apart?
Get a backstab whenever I can. Dodge. Very important that I lock onto the right enemy. Oh, I killed her. So bad. Okay, maybe we're fine though. We'll see. I just gotta like. This is so. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. When in doubt, just oh, interesting. This went a little away from how it's actually meant to go, but we did it. We did it. We did it. So normally what I'm meant to do there is... Yeah, I did way too much damage to the child. I wasn't meant to kill her there. I didn't think that she would actually die on that blast. What I'm actually meant to do there is get her to a very low amount of HP and then get the spear guy to a very low amount of HP. Because what happens is if you kill them in a way that there's one left standing, the eldest spawns earlier, right? And you don't ever want that. You don't want a situation where you're fighting the eldest along with like one of the other guys. What you want to do is get them both to like really low HP so that you kill them both at the exact same time. And then you basically have like a really free opening on like the eldest. But thank God for consumables. I managed to save it.
Very well done.
And that's probably the hardest fight on this run. So
How about we you raise a submarine and then we take a break?
let's do it. Sounds good.
I
Sweet.
give up. Just don't kill me.
So we have 3 bosses left. So yeah, I guess we'll see how long I can stall to do those
No,
three.
it's okay. I've spoken to the showrunner after us. It's all right.
The Black Rabbit
All right.
Brotherhood, the Fox, the Cat, and Alidoro too.
I mean, it's not gonna be like very quick.
Right, it's going to be at least a half hour.
Guess what they might be
Because I got to go through the entirety of the Arch Abbey, which I don't know if you remember,
It's
but
long.
like there's a lot to run through.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
But some exciting bosses. My personal favorites coming up: Luxasia
Oh yeah.
You can use it to call a submarine.
and well, Luxasia. And if there's like extra time, I guess normally the run ends at Manus. You don't have to do the optional final boss, which is the Nameless Puppet. But you know, if there's time, I can do Nameless Puppet because you can actually roll credits after you do Manus. You don't have to do the whole Nameless Puppet segment. But yeah, whenever you're ready.
Sweet, yeah. So we'll throw to our final break of the show here. So everybody stick around. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have more Ain Run and more Lies of P right after this.
Listen, pal. Nice landing, but let's not make it a habit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is Challenger approaching. Some quick announcements. If you ever miss out on any hotfix shows, be sure to check them out. All the VODs are uploaded on youtube.com/gamesdonequick, including this one. And also your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. If you enjoy watching these daily speedrun shows, consider subscribing to the channel and be the PBS viewers like you. Ain, whenever you're ready, take it away.
All right, so we are back, and we are on our way to that glowing tower in the distance, the Arch Abbey, which holds our final 3 bosses of the run: Door Guardian, Luxasia the Complete, and Simon Manus, however you say his name. That's who we're dealing with. So some difficult parts.
Yeah, I think the Door Guardian I hated, like really hated a lot. His roll attack is one of the worst attacks in this game.
Oh yeah, no, I fight him a specific way, and it's worked out for me so far where I don't get the roll attack, but I never know when he can pull it off, you know, and I just like pray that he doesn't do it.
So bad.
That roll attack is so bad. It's actually so stupid. It's like they took inspiration from Fire Giant in
I
Elden
know,
Ring.
and that's the wrong place to take inspiration in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I think Fire Giant is a great boss for your first casual playthrough, and after that, he is bad.
Sure. Agreed.
But yeah, Door Guardian, not a fan. Luxasia, I feel like is everybody's favorite boss, and I would agree is an incredible boss. And then Manus, people really hated Manus. I thought it was fine, aside from the fact that the camera does not show him when he jumps in the air half the time.
They actually, by the way, they fixed that with the patch,
Oh, did they?
so now you can see him.
Okay, great.
Yeah, they did.
Well, then I quite like that boss. I don't know.
But mechanically, I'm not the biggest fan of that boss because of the way he moves. I feel like his attacks are just... They're a little too delayed for my liking, but like I enjoyed the whole spectacle of that fight. I thought that fight with like the whole like cutscene and like the entire drama around it, like the way they like captured that whole moment, I thought was like really... It was like really powerful, you know, like the whole cutscene with the arm of God coming down and stuff. I was pogging off when that happened, but like mechanically, the fight is not my favorite.
He does stall a lot. I will say, I think that's a common problem with bosses in this game is like the windups are not very clear. On the attacks where the windups are clear are awesome. And then like, for instance, there's that attack that like 3 or 4 bosses have where they swing their arm 3 times and then slam it down. That attack is great. It's so telegraphed and like has little switch ups. It's nice. But like Manus has all these attacks where he winds up for like 3,000 years.
Yeah. He does.
No good.
So what I'm doing here again is now that we're done with that fight, I'm basically respecking back to like the build that I was at before. So that's what's going on. A lot of respecking, but you know, I got the fight hitless, right? So I guess I'm doing something right.
It's cool.
So,
it's
yeah,
cool to see a respecking in a hitless run. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't happen that often. I think it's cool.
It actually doesn't. Yeah, you're right. So for those of you who are wondering what my strat with that fight was, you saw me use the shock arm, right? And what you can actually do with the shock arm is when you charge it to its max potential, if an enemy runs close to you, like an NPC, if you blast it, they get knocked down and they get pushed down super far away. So that's what I try to take advantage of with that fight, because I always try to maintain distance from the Black Rabbit Brotherhood, right? And so it's actually very useful for that specific usage. Sorry, I keep stammering. I'm like trying to also like read on what I'm respecking into. So now I'm respecking all the quartz that I picked up throughout the entire run, because I was already like specking into some of the Legion arm build, and now I'm not using the Legion arm for the remainder of the run. So I'm just like putting things into stuff that I'll actually end up using. Right. So we want to go here. I think I get staggered duration, and then I get stamina consumption and discharge, which opens up phase 4. Now this is really cool. I have 9 quartz, and this phase 4 is very useful. So I get an extra Fable slot here. With growing 2, and then I get an extra talisman slot as well, an amulet slot, excuse me. Amulet, talisman, ugh. Then I get, what was the second one that I usually get? I can't remember now. I think I get Fatal Attack, Fable Charger. And then I get, I guess I do get consumable too, which opens up phase 5. Now we don't actually end up getting anything in phase 5, but I pick up this extra grindstone. I pick up this extra grindstone perk that I get. And nice. All right, we're all set. So no more messing around with P organs. How many gold coin for do I actually? I have 3. Okay, and this one costs 1 to respec, so I do that. The reason why I respec the Legion calibers is because when you respec the Legion calibers, the Legion arm, they give you the raw material, the Legion calibers back that I bought, which was like 6 of them, right? And I can sell them all now for 3,000 each, which is a lot of money. So there's a little bit of economics and stuff that goes in.
You're here.
By the way, if you're just like coming in, this is a hitless run. So the objective is to basically go from the start of the game to the end of the game without taking a single hit. Unfortunately, I took a hit to a random enemy with a gun. But
what was your PB before that? Like 7, 8?
7 hits, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
so it's a major improvement.
If you're able to make it to the end of the game with 1, I mean, that's huge.
100%, yeah.
And then if you finish the run with 1, then when people in chat are like, "Why are you resetting even though you got hit?" You can be like, "Well, I can't PB until I get 0."
Yeah, basically. All right, we're all set. Oh, actually, let me go and buy a set of consumables, because I ended up using way more consumables than I usually do in that BRB2 fight. So I actually need a whole set for the running segment that I'm about to do, and then we can go and do the next boss, which is Door Guardian. Door Guardian is a very interesting boss. He is possibly the tankiest boss in the game, but there's a cool mechanic, which hopefully you get to see. Well, you'll get to see it. Hopefully you get to see it without me dying.
The boss is...
So you'll see why I'm like restocking all my consumables again, because some of the running segments coming up are very, very toxic. That entire abbey. If any of you remember climbing the tower, you'll remember that there were a lot of parts where you struggled and got very frustrated with life.
Yeah, I'm not going to make the mistake this time of speaking while you're going through that section.
No, it's totally fine. I don't think that like played any part in it. I guess I just wasn't as focused. You know, like when you do certain parts of the game where you've never gotten hit before, you're just stop paying as much attention.
You think it's free and you don't dedicate brain power to it.
Which is kind of it's not very nice, or
it happens in speedrunning all the time.
Yeah, but like in that particular situation where I got hit, I should have been paying attention because that line that I take is so precise. And for some reason I was just like, I'll just autopilot. But it's still very happy with how this run's come along. So we have music for the rest of the game. Ambient level music. Well, not exactly ambient, I suppose, but they played the song the whole way up to Luxasia, and then
I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool too. But the area is a little too long.
I would agree,
in my opinion. Like this final segment. So, setting up all my talismans again. And we are fighting, that's our boss, Mr. Door Guardian. So, good RNG opener. Yay. Oh, that attack. Not my favorite. Okay. And here's the mechanic I was talking about. He staggers. And that fatal attack basically kills him. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh god, he died when he was in the air because of the fire. Oh my god. That was terrifying. I was getting ready to parry it. Okay. All right. Well, 2 bosses left, but wait, what am I doing? Oh, okay. Yeah, 2 bosses left, but some difficult areas coming up. So I have some very interesting strats here, and I need to pay a lot of attention to make sure I don't screw it up. So what I do is I walk all the way up to this plank that you see here. And then I switch to mouse and keyboard. I have a specific lineup where I toss a throwable, which disables that guy for some reason. He stops shooting. You can kill him. I just don't remember the exact lineup to hit him with it. And now we got to kill that elite. So I buff up. This guy's kind of hard to deal with, but starts walking down. I buff up. I get ready. And then I kill him. Okay, you want to take it nice and easy here. Lots of areas where you can get hit. Oh, that's a good question about the auto parry grinder. I just saw it in chat. So there is a special grindstone that you can get in this game that lets you, basically when you block, every block counts as a perfect parry for 10 seconds if you have that buff on. At this point of the game, I can get it. The reason why I don't get it is because I feel like it's a little cheesy. Yes, it would make it a lot easier, and it's completely valid if you want to use it in your own hitless runs. I just personally don't use the auto parry grindstone because I don't know.
I also feel like though, like the fire, there's just more useful grindstones. Like,
sure,
and
but you'll see why the auto parry is good when I do Luxasia.
Well, yeah, for Luxasia specifically, obviously it would be good. That was the only fight in the game where I used it casually, so like I totally get that. But I don't know. I think the other grinders are in general probably more useful.
All the grinders are very good in this game. You're right about that.
It's another cool look. I think the grinder is one of the coolest things that this game has added to the Souls formula.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Is like
That's very
the
cool.
fact that weapons breaking actually matters, and like is something you have to pay attention to in some fights is so cool. And the fact that like, you know, instead of having like bolt paper or whatever, like that, the equivalent of that exists. There are consumables that can buff your weapon. But having it as like a static thing you recharge is super cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. For sure, for sure. That's like, I don't know if I'm a big fan of the whole sharpening your weapon in the middle of a fight thing, but I mean, I like it. I guess I'm like more confused about it. Like,
oh, I like it.
I don't know if I'd want it for other games.
I think
necessarily.
I think the difference is right. Like, the reason it exists in this game, I think, is because of parrying. Like, you know, if you miss a perfect parry, you lose durability, right? And I think it's cool that there is a solution for that mid-fight. I don't know. I thought it created interesting moments in boss fights for me where, like, I had moments where I was like, oh, man, I need to... Also, that guy falling off is hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I thought
up with that yesterday.
It created cool moments where like I'm balancing both my stamina bar and that.
Yeah, definitely adds a whole new dynamic to combat.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
decay I could do without. Decay is awful.
Decay was very
I have to
annoying,
say
yeah.
the status ailments in this game are bad. Like the fact that shock is called shock, but it's not electric shock is so
Yeah.
unbelievably stupid.
I agree. There's a lot of little things like that for sure. Sorry, I'm not like talking much.
No, you're good.
Just-
You feel free to concentrate.
Yeah. These segments are kind of complicated. I mean, it's not the worst, but yeah, that dog scorpion thing falling down was very funny when I tested it out. I actually came up with that like last night because I used to do a skip there on the old patch. You're actually able to do a skip, but. And I tried to do it on the new patch as well, and I used to do it for my runs, but then it didn't feel very consistent. The lineup is just very, very precise now. So I just started doing that instead. It's funny because like most of the strats that I do for this segment are things that I used to do in speedruns, and I still do them, and they look really scary. And the only reason I do them is just because, like, I'm yet to get hit doing them, so... But you'll see. You'll see. My whole running segment from Luxasia to Madness is... Oh my god, it's so bad. But yeah, just a lot of tiny little things to do here. So I wait behind this lamp until that scorpion dog in front of me is like at an optimal position. By which I mean I need him to like face away from the direction that I'm going to be running towards. Because he actually has a really long leap attack and very toxic. So I can go here because he's like staring at the box.
For a good chunk of the game, I killed most of the enemies I came across. This was the first area where I just ran past everybody.
Really? I actually... I don't remember what I did. but it's definitely like this area is definitely really. It overstays its welcome quite a bit.
Oh, for sure.
I go and talk to the Riddle Master here just because he gives you like a free quartz, so why not? This guy's like the best voice actor in the game, by the way.
He's pretty great.
He gets like 5 minutes, and
He nails it.
he made it work. Yeah, he
There's
did.
this
he did.
this acting coach once said like you know, people when they are on TV shows and like they get like a bit part or something where they have like 2 lines or 5 lines or whatever, like tend to be like, oh man, I can't like show my stuff, or like I have to to come on screen and be really big so that everybody remembers me. And it's like, no, they're gonna remember you if you just do a really good job. Like,
You're right. I said that.
yeah, that's Ayn Rand that said that.
I was the acting coach.
That's right.
Silence. So this is one of the spots where you actually fight. You would fight the black cat if you don't give him the fruit. But I have the fruit, so I give it to him, so I can bypass that fight. And again, this isn't all bosses; it's any percent. So what any percent means, for those of you unaware, is like you basically take whatever route to roll the credits for the game. So you don't have to like fight every boss.
I thought Jiminy did a great job in this game. I thought he did well.
The first time you play the game, you like Gemini, but then when you listen to him over and over and over,
it's like the Navi,
the
Navi effect.
I mean, he's kind of meant to be like that annoying sidekick character, so.
I thought that most of his dialogue was actually cool. I think the missed opportunity is that like he's not given like any character development.
I'd agree. Ada, if you're ready for the best strat in the whole game,
I can't wait.
Have you ever used an item called cat dust?
No.
All right, it's basically useless, right? We have our top scientists working on finding a usage for it. And the only usage we've seen so far comes from V-Sweat.
No, let's go.
Who found out that if you pop cat dust and backstab this enemy here, the jester running down runs past you for some reason every time. That's why you use cat dust.
What does it do?
It well, cat dust is basically supposed to like give you stealth.
Okay.
Oh, like it doesn't. It's like so bad. It's so awful. But that's one of the spots. That's like the only spot. I have one other spot where I use it, and we don't even know if it actually does anything at the other spot. I think the only reason we use it is because like we kind of feel bad that we don't use it anywhere else.
Are you ready for a cool history lesson, Ayn Rand?
Yes. Is it the Roman Empire?
No, I don't think about that.
No? All right.
Okay, do you know where the name Arlecchino comes from? For the like Riddler guy?
From Liza P?
Yeah, do you know where the name comes from?
Yeah, from Liza P.
No.
Okay.
I
don't know. I was just memeing. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
I know.
Go ahead.
There's
also, by the way,
yeah.
I completely went the wrong direction there.
Okay, but this area is like everything looks exactly the same.
Sure.
And like,
sorry, go ahead. Complete what you were saying.
This area, I don't know. I hated this particular section of this area where like everything looks the same. Where am I going? When you pull that switch and that door opens, I was like, cool, I have no idea where that is.
But yeah, where does Arlecchino come from?
So there's this, I was about to say ancient, but it's not really ancient. There's this thing in, like, I guess you would say Italian history called Commedia dell'arte. Okay. And it's like the foundation of a lot of modern physical comedy.
Okay.
And basically, it was these like sketches. Like, it was like sketch comedy that was written for theater troupes to perform in front of like villagers. Okay. But most people were like illiterate, and so the extent of comedy was like you know, like, oh, he slipped on a banana peel. What a dum-dum. But, like, they were very funny, and the scenes are called Latsies. And because there were no, like, big-name actors, basically what they would do is there were, like, 12 characters. And then anybody in all of Italy could play any of the characters. You just wear a mask that shows that you are that character. And Arlecchino is like the jester character from Commedia dell'arte, and he's the wisest. He's the wisest character, but like the whole bit with Commedia dell'arte is that like high status characters are stupid and low status characters are smart. So like jesters and butlers are very intelligent and they're always like subverting their masters. Nice dodge. Oh, yeah. Okay. But like government officials and cops are idiots.
That's actually interesting. I didn't know that. How did you know? Did you like look them up or something, or?
No, I studied Commedia dell'arte when I was studying acting.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, you did. When I studied acting, I had to do mask work, and we studied a ton of Commedia dell'arte stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, so Harlequin also is a Commedia dell'arte character.
Oh. Well, there you go, chat. Educational.
There you go. Now you know.
You can use that on your next party.
Yeah, you can say, hey, babe, want to do some mask work?
Let's be honest. We're not going out for parties, but...
Are we not?
I mean, you and I are.
Oh, obviously. I hang out with Aimrun all the time.
Yeah, that's our party. It's just the two of us.
Yeah.
We always invite other people. It's just the two of us. But one of these days...
One of these days, we'll get the courage to invite someone else.
All right, so we are riding the elevator to Luxasia.
Cool, boss.
There's the door. So not much to set up before this boss. I would really like to get this hitless just so that I can like showcase my strat for her, but we'll see. It's tough.
That's called a date? No, a date is like a fruit.
True. You like dates? I'm not the biggest fan.
I'm not a big fruit guy.
Wait, really?
In general. I love vegetables.
What do you mean you're not a fruit guy?
Like, I don't love fruits.
Who says that? Like, do you not have like a fruit that you like?
I like bananas.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a fruit.
I'm okay with apples.
Sure, same.
I like bananas and apples are okay, but like in general, I don't love super sweet foods. So like, you know, fruits don't really do it for me most of the time.
Sure.
And also
like,
the texture of a grape is so off-putting, I can't even begin to describe.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want any food that bursts in my mouth. Are you kidding me?
I thought I was. Do you not enjoy like boba tea with
No,
really? Oh my god.
No.
You're one of those.
You know what drinks are cool?
What?
Water. Water's
I actually like
pretty dope.
You know what I got into recently?
Are you gonna say sparkling water?
Yes.
No, dude.
Dude,
Sparkling water, bro.
I am not. Did you just say it? What did you just say?
I said F that, bro. I am not a fan.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't
I thought
me.
you weren't.
I didn't say. I said F. That could mean anything.
Right. Sure.
Fudge that concept.
Right. GDQ, I'm a big fan. What was I gonna say? Oh no. Okay. So listen, I didn't ever think I'd be like a sparkling water kind of guy as well. Yeah. And it's not like my entire water source comes from sparkling water, but like I use it as like an additional source of water. Like I have normal water with sparkling water on the side. Cause like,
no, like I get it. I understand sparkling water. I don't want to give the impression that I don't get it. I totally get it. In a world obsessed with soda and
I hate soda drinks.
Okay,
by the way.
I also hate soda. Soda's
literally
disgusting.
hate it.
Soda's
Yeah,
gross.
I never have like cola and stuff like that. That's
I agree, it's disgusting. But like in a world where like
people in chat just judging us right now. We're
I know, but like
snobs.
what? We just have good opinions. Sorry. But I get sparkling water and I understand that I'm in the minority, but like, my God, especially when you go to Europe, sometimes it's so frustrating when you just want water and nobody has water. It doesn't feel as refreshing to me. Sparkling water feels so much less hydrating.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. I don't know why. Like, I only started having it like 3 weeks ago or something. So,
well, you're on an incontrovertible path towards a soda stream.
I am a sparkling water baby.
Yeah. Just drinking LaCroix. Not a care in the world. Buble.
That's what I drink. So I'm sorry. I'm just like,
yeah. What's going on in the game?
Right. I'm trying to set everything up before I fight the boss. I think I'm good to go. So let's do it. Actually, do I have anything to sell? No. I mean, this is very educational for people in chat. So, all right, Luxasia time. And then after Luxasia, I think there's like 5 minutes to Manus or something.
No, I think European countries have great water. I think my problem is that so often when you go to restaurants in Europe, they default to bringing you sparkling water. Is the problem. And I just want still water. That's all.
Okay, acid, and then switch to that. You're gonna love my strat for this fight. Hopefully.
Am I?
Well, if I pull it off, let's see.
I'm looking forward to it. Good luck with this boss.
Thank you. So this is Luxasia, possibly, I guess for most casual players, very difficult. It is a difficult boss for everyone. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's do it. There's 2 openings we can get for this fight. And one of them's good. The other's like, well, not as good. We'll see what we got. So I stand at this line here. You can see, I can't see her. I literally can't see the boss. Okay, so I got the bad opener, which means it's gonna be a longer fight. But phase 2. 1, 2. Resi. 1, 2, 3, 4. Parry, parry. 3, 4, 5, 6. And there it is.
That's sick.
So that is another reason why I do the build that I do. Very precise, but if you get it off, it looks like a simple fight. And that was like the bad RNG opener that she does at the start. There's another opener that she does where she runs towards you, and if she does that, then you basically, you can immediately kill her. But you can see the amount of damage. Like one Fable Art, I did like half her HP.
Yeah.
As damage, and now we're on to the final boss.
Did you break her shield in 1 hit, by the way?
I did, yes. So a side effect of acid is you do more destruction damage, and destruction damage in this game is a side effect that lets you break weapons and shields easily. Like, you can break them easier. So,
was that auto parry on the final hit, by the way?
No.
So you timed that jump down.
Yeah, I timed everything, yeah.
That is one of the hardest attacks in the game to parry, I feel like.
It is, yeah. It's, I don't know, I guess I've just been like, I've been practicing a lot.
Yeah,
so,
no, it pays off.
Yeah. Just like how when the lightning comes in, you got to parry the lightning. And even though it looks like I'm not parrying, like when you parry, there's a glitch in this game where if you parry multiple things at the same time, or like one after another, it doesn't look like you let go of your parry. So it actually looks like you're blocking. By the way, this is my favorite song in the game, Shadow Flower. I don't know if you're if you've listened to the music in this game.
No, it's good.
Do the right thing.
You want to know something else interesting about this patch? You see that guy there?
Keep going.
That's like the one enemy whose position they changed in the patch. For some reason. He used to hide behind this pillar before, and now he doesn't. He's just like...
The greatest example of how unbelievable the throwing items are in this game is that when you were on Luxatia Phase 2 and she's up in the air, like Pinocchio is literally flicking his wrist, and the throwables are launched across the map.
It's great. It's amazing, yeah. So these this one segment coming up doesn't take me very long, and the reason is because I run. That's my strat for it. There's no safety here, so you know, let's hope it all works out. I'll pick up an item there, run fast here. I still don't know why I don't take my time here, but like, hey, you know? If it works, it works. Do a little shimmy around that guy. Keep running, keep running. Run through.
Yes, I think if Ain gets 1 or 2 hits total, it will be the fewest hits this game has had so far.
Yeah. So this part is a little interesting. I basically use my puppet string to pull this guy down. So there he goes.
Goodbye.
Run around. Want to be a little careful because there's an enemy there that aggroes. Basically want him to see me.
These guys with the guns look like the doctor, the like evil doctor from Nightmare Before Christmas.
No idea what you're talking about.
That's fine.
I don't watch movies. I play video games. Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's okay. A lot of noises, but they help. It's like how like a Super Saiyan goes into the next level, you know?
Yeah. You ever seen that really classic viral YouTube video from like 15 years ago called Jalen Goes Super Saiyan?
No, that was just you. You're the only one. It wasn't viral. You're the only one.
Oh, I'm the only.
Yeah, you've just kept watching it like 20 million times.
That is so funny. That is so funny. No, there's this kid and he like he tries to go Super Saiyan and he records himself and it's incredible. He tells this story about how he saw this guy at his local like farmer's market who like was able to like do like, you know how circus performers can like breathe fire by like, you know, holding the torch up or whatever. He said that he saw that happen. And then he's like, well, if he can do that, then surely I can go Super Saiyan.
And so that's awesome.
He really tries.
I'm probably dying here.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool.
So, okay.
What is going on over there? What are you going through?
You know, life's been tough. I did. This is what I do. This is what I do for this segment. I run past and I pray. They both did the poke attack. That poke attack is so cursed. I'm sorry.
Walked across my grave.
I'm sorry.
Exclamation moan.
I mean, this place is saturated with it. Like, what what you'd expect from a mountain of dead puppets.
All right. Are you ready for the scariest part?
Yeah, obviously.
Because if that wasn't scary enough, I've got something more for you. This section here. Oh boy.
Oh, I hated this part.
Oh, nice RNG. Oh, beautiful. All right, we're at Manus. Oh my God, Adaf, I made it all the way to Manus on one hit to like that one bullet guy. God damn. Manus is so like an incredibly difficult boss though. So no guarantees, but I'm actually like very happy with this run that I got so far. So we're gonna make our final trip to buy throwables and consumables and stuff. And yeah, that's why this Abby segment, like especially Luxasia to Manus, it's just so stressful. It's like run. Yet to get hit though, so
I think time is gonna be just fine. I don't think we have to do anything extra.
Awesome, sounds good. Yeah. So again, as a reminder, we're doing the any % category, which means Manus is the final boss. We don't actually have to fight Nameless Puppet. Normally on my streams, I fight Nameless Puppet either way, just for fun. But like, if this one was hitless, for example, and I got past Manus, that's where I would end, and I could like roll credits at that point. But all right. Oh, this Manus fight is going to be incredible. I can't wait for you to see it. I'll probably like throw up live on stream.
Mitch! Can somebody ban Mitch Riz? Can we get Mitch Riz banned? Is that possible?
Mitch.
Can we get Mitch?
Yeah.
Can we get Mitch's upcoming AGDQ runs removed?
Adaf was asking me about what my favorite soup was or something. I don't remember.
What are you talking about? These
I was
allegations are unbelievable.
Running through a really critical.
We were having a
specific line.
We were having a dialogue. I can't believe it's pinned. I can't believe it's pinned. Ray, can we get a shout out for Ain Run so we can cover that pin, please? Can everybody go follow Ain?
That's great.
I hate it here.
Nah, I should have focused. Right, we'll see. We'll see. Ada, if I could save your career, just send me $10 right now, and I'll throw it a Manus. Easy. So yeah, Manus is also considered human, so we got a set of acid for him. Recharge my Fable by stepping out into the training area. And I think everything's good. I don't think I have a quartz. I can just use the rest of my money to
were we talking about soup? What were we talking about?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't think it was soup.
It might have been soup.
I don't think so.
What is your favorite soup?
I don't know. I like a lot of soups. Carrot soup is good. Chicken noodle soup, also goated.
I'm a tomato normie.
Tomato soup's good. A little grilled cheese action.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I mean, that'll, a tortilla soup is good. Have you ever had tortilla soup?
What is a tortilla soup? That sounds awful. What is that?
No, it's just a soup that comes with like tortilla that you dip in.
Oh, okay. So like tortilla with like a dip. I don't know if you call that. You're probably the only person that calls that a tortilla soup.
No, it's a dish. This is a real dish. This is a real dish, dude.
Adam goes to the restaurant.
What are you talking about, Ain? I can't believe this.
Tortilla with soup?
And no, tortilla soup is a traditional Mexican soup. It's a traditional Mexican soup made of fried corn tortilla pieces submerged in a broth of tomato, garlic, onion, and chile de árbol and epazote. It is served with pieces of pasilla, chiles, chicharron, avocado, fresh cheese cubes, and sour cream.
Sure, buddy, sure.
So good. It's so good. I'm over this.
Buddy.
I'm over this. I hope you get hit at Manus 100 times.
Oh my god. Okay. All right, Manus. So Manus is really hard because of the delayed attacks. There's only specific attacks that I punish. And they're all really weird timings. The worst part about Manus is I gotta parry his attacks, and parrying Manus is a pain in the ass, so... Well, here we go.
Show me everything you
Good luck.
Thank you. So, we don't parry the backhand when it comes in because he follows it up. But we parry the backhand that he brings in as part of a combo. So, like this one, for example. I parry and hit him, and you can see the amount of damage. Oh! Oh! I'm fine. All right, phase 1 done. By the way, I scream a lot when it comes to this fight. That's why I had to leave my previous apartment. And why I'm moving next month as well. But, yeah.
And you are an unbelievable person. It is it is incomprehensible to me that you exist, and I'm so glad.
I wake up, look at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
No, we all do that. That's just what it's like to be a Twitch streamer. That's
all right.
That's fact.
Second phase of Madness. Why am I talking to you in the middle of the boss fight? All right, let's do it. All right, what RNG do we get? All right, not my favorite. He does like a triple here. Let's see what he does. Okay. So what I like to do is use my acid. I roll into that attack. Okay, you see how he doesn't go all the way into the air now?
Oh yeah, that's much better.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, I didn't have Fable. Oh my god, that would have been... Oh, yeah, I'm fine. That would have been so bad. Okay. Oh, he did that again. Okay, not ideal, but it's fine. We gotta run away from the triple. Oh, I hate my life. And I missed that one too. All right, whatever. I'm tilting.
You got this.
I got hit twice. Whatever. It's okay. Unfortunate, but... how life goes, I guess, sometimes. So I basically yeet all my consumables at him. Oh my god, did he? I have never seen that before. He used 2 of those attacks. Just lack of experience with Manus, I guess. Which is okay. Unfortunate. Oh my god, is he gonna like stand still? Oh, I did it. Oh, all right. Well, unfortunate. So, well, new PB. Unfortunately, I couldn't do Manus Hitless, but yeah, he's a very tough boss in phase 2. And I shouldn't have gotten hit to that. I don't know why I like stopped running from it. It was like really weird though, like very difficult to deal with him in phase 2 because he can do a bunch of those like projectile attacks and I have to like dodge them in like a specific manner. So you like move around a lot, but brand new PB.
Yeah, 3 hits. That's really good.
That's very good. Yeah, I'm actually like quite happy with this run, even though I guess Manus didn't go according to plan, but you know, I already got hit earlier on anyway, so it wouldn't have been hitless anyway, but yeah, 3-hit PB. I hope everyone enjoyed this run. This was a little bit of Liza P hitless. I'm sorry I couldn't like show you guys the entire run from the start, but like my route is just like incredibly slow just because I try to like be as safe as possible. So
just follow in. Just follow in and you can see a full run. I don't know, when are you streaming next, Zane?
Probably tomorrow. I usually stream like later in the nights, and I was planning on streaming tonight, but like because of you, Ada, if I can't anymore, you know. So I'll probably be trying to get this run tomorrow. And yeah, there's not, as far as I'm aware, there's yet to be a world's first done. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. You know, unfortunately, couldn't get a hitless run. It would have been cool, but maybe for the next game.
Yeah, super solid run though. Some announcements to close us out here. Tomorrow and Sunday, we are raising money for Doctors Without Borders as a part of Twitch's Together for Good initiative. Come by twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick this weekend and check out our marathon. You can use !schedule in Twitch chat to check out the runs. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, please be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Also go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick to watch our shows live. Everybody, I've been ADEF. This has been Ain Run watching. You've been watching. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to Challenger Approaching. Fun fact, this month, Challenger Approaching is 3 years old. So maybe in 2 weeks I'll do something for that. I don't know.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's as old as many hits as you got is a sentence.
True. you know another fun fact, both of the segments where I got hit, we were talking about soup.
That's true. The soup incidents.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. There's more GDQ hotfix coming up right after this. This is not the last show of the evening. We'll see you around.